Hi class, so in this video I am going to show you basically how to navigate the course. So in the previous video I went over the syllabus, so all of you should already know how to download the syllabus or how to preview the syllabus. Now the first thing you want to do when you are looking at the home page is you want to go ahead and click on the introduction to the course, and this basically takes you to the navigation videos, which obviously I'm recording this one so it'll be uploaded later, so that's why you can't see it here. But then it also goes over information like modes of communication. So as I mentioned in the previous video, the best way to contact me is through Canvas or email, and it usually takes about 24 to 48 hours for me to get back to you. If I don't reply, then that means that I probably did not get your email, so go ahead and email me again after the 48 hours have passed. Of course, on the weekends, it should still take me 24 to 48 hours, and I usually reply as soon as I see your email because I have it on my phone, but sometimes notifications can be a little bit wonky and I don't get a notification until later. So just keep that in mind. Also, it is very important that every Monday you check the announcements because I post announcements every Monday and I basically go over what is due that week, and I also provide updates and I provide, observations. Um, in the regular semester, I provide extra credit information, but because it's the summer, we really don't have a lot of extra credit. Um, the only extra credit available to you is obviously um, tutoring. So they do provide online tutoring, but you have to be added to a Canvas course. So I will probably post an announcement asking people if they want to be added to that tutoring online course. Um, but I will go ahead and do that later. But like I said, that's if there's an upcoming event or anything like that, I will post updates under the announcement. Since it is the summer, I will probably only be posting about what's due during the week, and information as it comes along. So please make sure that you check announcements. I will show you that in a little while, the announcement section. Also, here I talk about grading. So grading usually takes me about 5 to 10 days. Um, quizzes, some of them are graded immediately by Canvas, so you will see the grade right away. However, there are some that have like short answers, so those I do have to grade them myself. For the APA exam, I will have to grade that myself because half of the questions you have to type in, so I have to go in and check those answers. So make sure that you don't try and attempt, make sure that you don't try to take your 3 attempts all in one day because I do have to go and grade them first before your second attempt and your third attempt open up. So just keep that in mind. For writing exercises and essays in general, that takes me about 5 to 10 days. I am teaching another summer class, so um, I have about 50 students, so this is an estimate. Sometimes it might take me a little bit longer than 10 days just because I have a lot of essays to grade or things like that, but I usually keep you updated in the announcements. So if I'm working on something and I still haven't posted grades, then I will let you know in the announcement for that week. But do make sure that you check your grade and you also look at the written feedback and you also look at the rubric, because for essays I do fill out the rubric, and if you don't know how to do that, you can go ahead and go to viewing your feedback and you will be able to find it there. Also, I do want to mention, I mentioned it already, but the textbooks are free and they are online and they are linked on our homepage. So if we go back to our homepage, you can go ahead and find the 2 textbooks here. Now, in order to access them, all you have to do is click on them and then you will go ahead and it'll prompt you to open them. So you can click on documents and then you can go ahead and save it, and then you can open it up and here you have volume 1. Now if you go to the syllabus, it does tell you what the readings are and what volume they are located in, so that way you can access the right one. So here you can see it's just like a regular textbook. You just have to go ahead and find the page number I don't expect you to print this out because each textbook is like 300 pages. This one is 288. So obviously you're not going to print this out. But like I was saying, you are expected to read the chapters that are listed in the syllabus. So if we go back to our course, here we have also links to the modules. So basically these modules provide general information like writing tools and things like that. And over here we have the assignment modules, which is where you can find instructions for each essay, and you can also go ahead and find resources. So for example, if we click on the argumentative essay, which is our first essay, you will find the instructions. So here we go. You can find the instructions, and then I also provide some PowerPoint, some handouts, you know, a sample, and of course at the very end you have the link to turn in the assignment. And of course, along with the argumentative essay, we also have opposition rebuttal. So we have some sources there, some resources for you to read and go over in order to understand opposition rebuttal. So the modules, like I said, we have a module on fallacies, we have a module on APA and research tools, and it's very important that you become acquainted with this module, not only because you have a quiz over it, but because you can use this module, this entire module, for your APA exam, and also you can refer to it when you're working on your essays. So here we have one on rhetorical devices, um, writing tools, and then here is the extra credit module. And if you click on extra credit options and policies, I basically explain the extra credit options that are available. Like I said, right now we don't really have a lot of workshops, nor do we have a lot of events. So if you want extra credit, the best way to do it is to go to tutoring, and I will be sending out an announcement telling you if you're interested to email me so that I can add you to the campus course. Okay, so this covers the homepage and the modules, but I also wanted to show you announcements. So this is basically what the announcement page is going to look like. As you can see, we already have one. I posted this, and basically what I post in the announcements is, like I said, I give you updates, and then I also outline what is due for this week. So if you're one of those people that you're like, I read the syllabus, but I still need a list of what is due, here you have it. So basically what I do is I tell you this is what's due this week, and I link it for you so that you can go ahead and complete it, right? So here we have discussions, quizzes, two quizzes, and a writing exercise. So for this week, because it's a short week, everything is due on Sunday, June 30th. But next week we start a regular schedule. And sometimes I like to provide something interesting, so here I provided something. Summer is the perfect time to learn something new. So now we can segue to, I guess we can go in order, so we can go to the assignments. Um, so the assignments are listed here, and you should all be able to see that. Now let me go ahead and show you how to submit an assignment. So let's go ahead and go to writing exercise number 1. For this assignment, the instructions are listed here, and you basically have to find a newspaper article, and you need to go ahead and read it and answer these questions. So once you have typed out your questions and you have the file ready to go, these are the accepted files. So make sure that you can submit in one of these files. You will go ahead and click on Submit Assignment, and then you have 3 options. You can either upload a file, which is typically what I recommend. You can also upload something from your Google Drive or from your Office 365, which every student has available because of their my.nmsu. So if you go to File Upload, which like I said is the simplest one, all you need to do is choose File, and then this will open up and you can go ahead and link on the file. So I am going to submit my argument essay, and then I'm going to click on open, and if I want to add another file, it is best to do that right now, because if you come back and you do it later, the file you had already submitted will be deleted. So it's very important that you do it at the same time. So if you wanted to add another file, you would just go ahead and do the same thing. choose a file from there. So once you have done that, you just click on Submit Assignment and it'll submit. It should be submitted. So it'll let you know right here, submitted, submission details. It tells you the file that you submitted and it tells you at what time. If you want to resubmit the assignment, you can. Like, let's say you submitted the wrong file, you can go ahead and do that, but just keep in mind that it'll delete the files you have previously submitted. So let's go ahead and look at discussions. So for discussions, you are going to, well, first I should say we have a general help and questions forum. If you click here, you can post any questions that you might have that you feel the whole class might have. So like, for example, if your question is, your question could be something like, I'm having trouble finding sources, or I'm having trouble with the opposition rebuttal for my first essay. You can post it here and I can reply. Or if your question is something like, when are quizzes due? I can go ahead and reply and put Saturdays. That way everybody else can see it, because this information might be useful to them. If you have a specific question or a personal question, then go ahead and email me directly, because like I said, this everybody can see. So this is mostly for questions about assignments, general questions, or general questions about the course that you feel some other people might have and you feel they would benefit from the answers as well. So that one is open the whole semester. The ones that close or that have a due date are the discussions that are for a grade. So for example, here we have our first discussion, and I basically provide a brief explanation and then I go ahead and I ask you questions. So remember that you have to reply to me. So the first post should be a reply to the overall original discussion question, which are these. And then you have to reply to two people. So to reply, you just click on reply and then you go ahead and say hi. And the first question is, what is your preferred name? So my preferred name is Natalie. Where are you from? So I would just type, I am from the border, specifically So let's say I am done with my post. I will just go ahead and click on post reply, and you can see it here, and it's coming up as test student because I am under the student view, so you could see what it looks like for you, but obviously it would show your name. So that is what you would do here, and it'll be submitted. I do suggest that you click on subscribed. That way you can see when there are new posts and you can reply. Now let me show you. So this is what it looks like for me now. So here we have one person who has already replied, which was me. So then if you want to reply to a student, you don't go back to this. This is for replying to the original post. If you want to reply to somebody, then just go to their discussion and click on reply, and then you can say, hi. So basically here I'm having a conversation with myself, but this is just to show you what it looks like. So I will post my reply, and as you can see, it starts a thread. So here it has me replying to the test student. So that's how discussions work. I can't show you grades because then like it'll show everybody's grade, but if you go to grades, it'll show you your grade and any comments that I left. But make sure that you look at that viewing your grade and feedback so that you can actually look at the feedback. As far as pages, everything is like linked on modules, so you don't really have to go to the pages itself. And when it comes to files, I have a lot of files here, so I really suggest that you go to modules. I think that's the best way to find files, because if you go to the files themselves, there is just a lot. So this concludes our navigation video. Please let me know if you have any questions, and I will be glad to answer them. I hope this helped you to get a understanding of what the course is about. and I hope you have a great semester.